This is a major pivot, to say the least, but I think we could all see it coming because the consumer basically helped make this decision for you. Tell us what's driven these plans.
As you said, it was really the customer changing their decision. You know, we saw hybrids really take off, you know, last month we had a 30% increase in our hybrid sales. We're now number 3 in I think we're 80% hybrid market share in trucks. So we saw this happening. We also saw the more expensive EVs, you know, really suffer in the market, and the more affordable EVs to do better. And then the last couple months really was remarkable. The EV market in the U.S. went from 12% in the industry to only 5%. And that really, in the end, was the big decider for us. But look, we're going to 50% electric. It's going to be hybrids and E-revs and electric. It won't be just pure electric. But we're also going into the energy storage business to 20 gigawatt hour. You know, that's a big move. We're going to convert our battery plants from automotive batteries to energy storage batteries using LFP. That's also a big pivot that is profit positive for the company.
Jim, with regards to that pivot and the energy storage side of it, do you anticipate any concerns by the White House, by the administration here in the U.S., that you are partnering effectively with the Chinese company in order to do that?
Mm-hmm. Well, look, it's our plant, it's our people, and we designed it that way. We have a licensing agreement, but we feel like it's better to build these batteries in the United States with American workers, with our own Ford workers, and understand the IP than to import them like they're being done today. The best way to compete with the Chinese is to get close to the IP and then run the plants at Ford. When Ford knows how to build things, we know how to do this. So I think this is much better than for America. We're talking about thousands of incremental jobs versus importing batteries like we say today. Much better for America. There are no gas guzzlers in our future at Ford, but we want to offer customers choice. And I think that's what the president is trying to do, is just to give people choice. We're going to have this affordable electric vehicle built in Kentucky. I think it's going to be a huge hit with Americans. This is a better allocation of capital. That $5.5 billion of cash is going to be a great investment. It didn't make sense to keep plowing billions into products that we knew would not make money. We had to make this choice. We think to make that business profitable, we have to get to a BYD cost. And so this Skunk Works project, called the Universal Electric Vehicle that we're making in Kentucky, that is designed to match the BYD cost in like a Mexico. And we really believe we have that delivered. We've sourced all the parts now. We're testing prototypes. We're starting to run the production line. And so we have real confidence that we can do that. And that's why we're telling people that we think we'll be profitable. We've worked hard for the last couple of years on this EV project, and we have fully competitive costs with the Chinese. Now it's our chance to bring a pickup truck with that low-cost EV to Americans. We think it's going to be a big hit.
Hey, I want to ask about the Chinese because while I love it when companies go back to steel and V8s and stick shifts and handbrakes, obviously many people are betting the future is on EVs, autonomous vehicles, and the Chinese are certainly making real strides there. As you make this pivot back to sort of the classic American pickup truck, what will you do to keep up with the Chinese as they continue to make strides forward?
Matt, we are going to have a fully competitive BYD EV built here in America for Americans that we believe are going to be profitable. And to do that, we had to massively innovate, bring LFP to the United States, you know, reduce the manufacturing content of the vehicle radically, redesign the whole assembly process, engineer the vehicle with all new suppliers. It's a whole different approach on the whole engineering of that vehicle. We are here to compete globally. We're not going to cede our future to the Chinese. And we're the most American car company, but even for us as the most American car company, we're a global company. And that UEV product is the heart and soul of our competitiveness for the future. But the Chinese don't know the truck customers like we do. And we know customers want E-revs and they want hybrids and they want Raptors like you have. It's a diversity of all that lineup that makes sense for us to compete and win against them.